Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Oh, hey, it's your president and your VP, and we're back with a very special video by request. This time it's going to be Encanto. Encanto is a 2021 release from Walt Disney Pictures, and
It's also their
um,
60th film that they've
yeah,
ever produced, so it was actually pretty big
directed
release.
by Jared Bush and Byron Howard. Starring Stephanie Beatriz and Maria Cecilia I hope I pronounced this right. Botero. Just a couple of the premiered November 3rd, 2021, and it was produced for 120 to 150 million dollars. It made 255.1 million dollars worldwide.
Also, the music is by Lin-Manuel Miranda. In case if you guys don't know, he's the guy who made the musical Hamilton, and he also did In the Heights, that movie, and I think he even did Moana as well. I'm not sure about that one, so don't quote me on that one, but I think he also did that one.
Now it was Encanto was one of these movies that was released theatrically and on Disney Plus pretty much at the same time. So the 255 million seems actually like not that big of a number because it was, like I said, released theatrically and Disney Plus at the same time. A lot of
For
people
premiere
chose.
access, because Disney Plus, you had to pay like $30 in order to watch it on Disney
Yeah, and
Plus.
they made a lot more money off of the Disney Plus, is what I'm saying. So, for those of you who care, and in this case, it might be pretty well warranted, the film currently has a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, making it certified fresh for those
Oh,
who
so
care.
Encanto can have a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, but All Dogs Go to Heaven has a
Now, we'll get to
44%.
that. We'll get to All Dogs Go to Heaven in the next one. Yeah, guys, All Dogs Go to Heaven is the next review coming up. So
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it, but that kind of just popped into my head.
let's get into the story of Encanto. It pretty much begins with the retelling. I'm assuming probably some kind of Colombian fairy tale, basically, because the whole story is more or less set in Colombia. I'm presuming.
Disney's come out and confirmed that the whole story of Encanto comes
And
from
this marks
Colombia.
the first time, well, the first time they've explored South American culture since the Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that. It basically is the story of they retell the story of this magical plant that helps this house grow, and the family
It's
members.
a candle.
Yeah, well, it's a candle. Excuse me. It's a candle that helps this house grow, and each family member has a special magical ability that is a result of the magic from the house. But one doesn't have a magical ability.
And that happens to be our main protagonist of the story, Mirabelle. I hope I said that correctly.
Yeah, Mirabelle does not have a magical ability. It pretty much is presumed. And Bruno happened to have the ability to tell the future, and he didn't see good things. And we'll get to that in a little bit. I will also say that I didn't see a Disney villain in this movie.
No, not really. Well, a lot of people would say it'd be Bruno, but honestly, it's not. So whoever thinks that, you're wrong. It's not really a villain, except maybe the mother that or the grandmother that's stuck in her old ways.
Well, I mean, that's just like your
That's just every family.
stereotypical
So
grandma type of thing.
yeah,
Especially, okay, guys, I'll come right out and say it. Grandmas all across the board are that way. It doesn't really matter if it's of the South American Hispanic persuasion or the African American persuasion or the white persuasion. Grandmas are the same all the way around. They demand respect. They expect that their way is the right way, right? And this is where we're kind of getting with this story is that grandma thinks that the her way is the only way, pretty much. And one of the girls happens to have super strength, but she doesn't really want to be super strong all the time. There's that kind of thing going on, and another
Her
one,
song, by the way, is one of the best songs in the movie. I think. I think it's better than "We Don't Talk About Bruno," because it's
yeah,
actually really, really catchy. Her song is.
yeah, and one of them happens to be able to sprout flowers from her hair, and basically, and the littlest one with they were doing this ceremony where they were dedicating him to the family, basically. And at least that's the way I look at it, because we all have those child dedication ceremonies in our specific cultures, and so they go through this ceremony, and the little boy is able to communicate with animals, basically.
Yeah, that's his gift.
And then, well, Mirabelle, throughout all this, actually discovers that the magic is dying and that the house is dying. And she has to seek out Bruno to find out why. And she goes through this big epic adventure basically to find him, except he was in the house the whole time.
Yep.
And he was kind of keeping an eye on things because he felt like he had let his family down. And I think in some ways we can all kind of appreciate that and relate to that. That he kind of can see where things are going, but he can't really stop what's happening. So he tells Mirabelle about what he saw, and what he had saw was that basically Mirabelle was the problem as to why the magic was dying. And the
Yep.
grandma pretty much says as much. And they have a confrontation. But through love and understanding of each other's positions, they actually figure out that Mirabelle and the grandma's love for each other is the magic to bring the candle back and make everything proper again. So, yeah, it's a very fun movie, and I had a good time with it. Um, it's probably going to be one of the last Disney films as we know it, if that makes sense, guys. Because changes are coming. I can't say if it's going to be good change or if it's going to be bad change when it comes to Disney, because that's not what we do on this channel. But for those of you guys who've been paying attention, you kind of know what I'm talking about. So this could be the last one that we know Disney as we knew it. So um, what a way to go out if that's the case, and we don't have, we have different types of movies and stories and animation that we get from them in the future. We can only, speculate on that. But yeah, I had a really good time with
Maybe
it.
Elon Musk should buy Disney.
We won't get into all that. We won't get into all
Okay,
that.
that was just a joke.
This is a
That's a
non-political
joke.
channel, basically, guys.
Okay, that was
So,
just a joke. I don't actually think that, but
yeah. So, anyways, final grade for me, final rating for me, 4.5 out of 5. What say you?
also a 4.5 out of 5. This was a really fun Disney film.
Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, you can find it on Disney Plus. It's available, I'm sure, on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K Ultra HD, all the usual suspects. And of course, but always, if you've seen Encanto and you think that it is the worst Disney film of all time, well,
Clearly, you've never seen The Black Hole.
okay, we'll go with that.
No, that's Disney's first PG rated live action movie, and it was pretty terrible.
Mm. Well, we'll go with that one then. So,
Or I could say the Black Cauldron, but I mean,
well, we'll just whatever. But hey, as always, just remember, we're just two
two
idiots
idiots
with
with
a
a
digital
digital
camera.
camera.
Our
Our
opinions
opinions
do
do
not
not
matter,
matter,
except
except
they
they
actually
actually
do,
do,
because
because
we
we
have
have
a
a
YouTube
YouTube
show,
show,
except
except
they
they
actually
actually
don't.
don't.
So, having said all that, stay tuned where next time it will be the All Dogs Go to Heaven, because we got ourselves just a little teaser, guys.
Ah, yes, I'm pretty sure the audience would like to see your eyeball, Dad.
Well, yeah, a little teaser, my eyeball, whatever. Uh, we picked this up, so yeah, that's why it's going to be All Dogs Go to Heaven
And then
next.
after that, probably our most ambitious project that we are doing on our channel after All Dogs Go to Heaven. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, big thing happening in the very in the very near future. Stay tuned for all of that, guys. But in the
In fact, we
meantime,
may not be uploading for a little bit because of this big project
yeah, maybe, maybe not. But
after All Dogs Go to Heaven. So,
like we said, all dogs go to heaven. Then stay tuned, because we got some big plans in the future. It's going to be great. You guys are all going to love it. I know you will, because you've stuck around with us from the very beginning, most of you. And thanks to everybody who's ever watched any of our videos. Just want to throw that out there. Your support and comments and encouragement has made all of this possible for us. We're still trying to grow. We're still trying to produce new and more interesting things for you guys. So we're trying to we're listening too. We're listening to the requests, and we're trying to get everything as done as quickly as we can for all you guys. Okay, I just said a mouthload, but we'll just end it there with, as always, peace
peace
and
and
love
love
from
from
Denny
Denny
and
and
Son.
Son.
Bye.
Bye.